Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Reggie Van Hecke.
And I'm Kayla Butcher.
In recent election news, Garth Green has beaten Mayor Maylee Edwards in a very tight race Friday. Green won by just over 100 votes, which is held out in recent counts. The Iron County clerk, John Whitaker, said that he does not anticipate many more countable ballots to arrive.
SU's dance program is having their first in-person concert since the COVID outbreak. Our reporter, Nick McEwen, has more.
SU's dance program is holding a fall dance concert in the Randall L. Jones Theater here on campus. Everyone has devoted 16 hours a week since early September to bring this event to life.
Thank you so much. It's been a lot of work. Some days it's very overwhelming. Get home really late and got to do our homework and come back and dance the next day. This year, I think the energy's really been a little off. We kind of jumped right into things without dancing in our squares, and now we can have contact, and I think that all of us had to take a minute to soak that in. But once we start dancing, it just makes everything better.
So we'll start in 25 minutes.
Danielle Sheether, who is going on 3 years teaching, is the masterful director.
I was always that kind of person that was like, okay, when I turn 30, I'm going to go back and be a doctor of physical therapy. So I was at NYU when I turned 30, and I dropped out because I just missed dance so much. And then my mentors, I called a lot of my mentors, and they were just like, well, obviously, like, it's dance, and they were right, and I was wrong, and I'm okay to admit that. It's just an interesting sort of roundabout way, and we always hear those stories of like, I've always loved to teach, and I've always done that, and so I feel a little bit like an outsider sometimes, but I think it's something that is fills my soul, it fills my heart. Favorite thing to do is just connect students to the community outside in the professional world.
The last performance days are Friday the 12th at 7:30 and Saturday the 13th at 2 p.m. Tickets are $8 for students and $10 for general admission. For SUTV, I'm Nick McEwen.
So what are your thoughts on plays?
I think it's really cool that shows are able to go on again ever since COVID and everything. Obviously, performers have been struggling. And so, I don't know, I think it's really cool that they're able to get back to that.
Yeah, I agree. It's a thing, and there are plays that happen. But honestly, I don't know. Have you been to anything this year yet?
No, but I think I'm going to go this weekend.
Okay, well, next up, we'll take a look at the Thunderground Showcase.
Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
The Thunderground Showcase is an opportunity for local musicians and artists to get their music played on the radio. I was able to take a closer look at this great opportunity. For most artists, getting their music played on the radio seems like some sort of far-fetched dream. But thanks to some music-loving folks over at Thunder 91, that dream might just come true.
The Thunderground Showcase is an opportunity for local musicians to get their songs played on air on Thunder 91. We like to help those local artists out so that they can get airtime, people can hear them, and so then they can get more publicity that way.
I was motivated to start this because I actually am a local musician, and I have a lot of contact with other local musicians because I'm president of the music production club here at SUU. So I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of really talented musicians, a lot of really cool people. I thought, how cool would it be to be able to reach out to the community in a way that we can feature local artists, get them some exposure.
You have to be from southern Utah, first of all. You have to be relatively unknown. I don't know of any big artists from Southern Utah, but I mean, if there were, maybe we would put them on. I'm not sure. That's up to Ethan.
If you're a local artist that wants to get involved and get your music on the radio, you can email it to us at thunder91ksuu@gmail.com, and we can also connect you with people that can help you record your music. But yeah, don't be afraid to take the jump because we're playing all sorts of people on the radio. There are there's lots of variety, and anyone can make it on.
Thunder 91 is always looking for new artists and new music, so if you're interested, you can submit your music to thunder91ksuu@gmail.com for a chance to get some airtime. For SUTV News, I'm Reggie Van Hecke.
That's pretty cool that they're playing local artists on Thunder 91.
Yeah, that was my thought going into it, right? Because like this is an opportunity that like a lot of people wouldn't necessarily get outside of something like this. So I thought it's pretty cool.
Exactly. Did you go to the Battle of the Bands event?
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't actually. I wasn't even there. Actually, I missed it.
Oh, that's
I was really sad. I wanted to
the host looked just like you.
It was weird.
Yeah.
So what's next for weather, Leighton?
Coming up, I'll let you know if this warmer weather will be sticking around. Stay tuned.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy! Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Welcome back to SUTV. I'm Leighton Evans. So today for our weather, we have about 56 degrees Fahrenheit for our today here in Cedar City, and our lowest is going to be 34. It's going to be partly cloudy, so you might want to get that hoodie or that sweater out to make sure that you stay warm. Now let's look at the rest of this week's weather. So today, tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, we are looking at some sunny weather, which is nice because we like sunny weather. And then this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, we are looking at partly cloudy, so you might again want to get out your sweater, but it's still kind of warm. We got 64 and 64, so you know that's about as good as we need, right? And for Monday, we also have partly cloudy as well, so we're kind of half and half this week with warm weather and a little bit colder weather. So we'll just make sure that you have those jackets ready. And let's go see what's happening in sports with Ryan.
Coming up on SUTV Sports, I'll let you know about all the upcoming SU sports schedule. Don't go anywhere.
Awkward. Do I look familiar? I should. You might remember me from here. Here. Or maybe even here.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
It can actually be a perfect moment to reach out to a friend and ask if they're okay if they seem down.
It doesn't matter how you say it.
You all right?
Everything's okay?
All G?
You all right, girl?
Oh,
you cool?
You bugging dog.
Just show you're there for them.
Go on, Kelly. Seize the awkward.
Hey, you haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome into SUTV Sports. I'm Ryan McCormick. SU basketball has its season openers tonight. The T-Birds are playing host to Bethesda University out of Anaheim, California. The men's team is set to return 4 to 5 starters, players that accounted for over 90% of the points scored from last season. Our T-Birds were the third highest scoring team in the nation last year. Women's basketball opens their season on the road versus Cal State Fullerton tonight. The women's team will be without Liz Graves, their leading scorer from last year as she graduated, but the next best scorers, Charita Daughtry and Dari Dodson, will look to lead the way this season. Both games will be streamed on ESPN Plus and will be available on the ESPN app. The Lady Birds' home opener will be next Tuesday, November the 16th. For SU football, the final game of the year is this Saturday as we play host to in-state rival Weber State. Weber State comes into the match 4-5 after losing at home last week to Portland State 30-18. The T-Birds will look to avoid hitting the dreaded double-digit loss count as we go into Saturday with a 1-9 record. That's all we've got for SU Sports this week. So for SUTV News, I'm Ryan McCormick. We'll send you back to Michaela and Reggie at the desk.
Thanks for the update, Ryan. Coming up, a look at the local food scene.
As well as a look at what's happening here on campus.
Talking about stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Your password isn't secure. There's nothing that a hacker loves more. But there's an easy thing you can do to prove the logger in is you. Authenticate, strong authenticate. Make your logins extra safe. Protect your identity from tragic fate. Authenticate, strong authenticate. Use your fingerprint, your face, or a code. At home or work or on the road. 2 steps are safer than 1 or 3 or 4. And keeping data safe is so much fun. Authenticate, strong authenticate. Make your logins extra safe. Protect your identity from tragic fate. Authenticate, strong authenticate.
Chick-fil-A is still closed on campus. With meal options limited, some students are starting to get uneasy. Our news reporter, Zach Stover, asked students what they thought the current meal options on campus. Here's what he had to say.
Well, there's not any. Yeah, I don't eat out a ton, but if I do, I don't eat out around here.
I feel like there's pretty good options. Got a few restaurants, I think that's good.
I think SUU needs to have a little bit more food options, definitely in terms of vegan options. And where's the chicken?
Yeah. I feel like they're decent. I can't complain since I'm not cooking. I feel like it'd be nice to have like something healthier, I guess, because we have like Papa John's, Chick-fil-A, and then the dining hall. But then with the dining hall, it's just whatever you get in there. So
I'm a vegetarian and I have a meal plan on campus, and my meal plan can be used across like all of them, but when I go into the dining hall, I feel like there are no options for me other than like beans and rice usually. There are no like protein options. I can either eat salad or a lot of times I just end up making like my own kind of meal.
It's okay. There could be more, but I think it's decent right now.
SU's food options on campus are pretty below tier. I think everybody who's bought a meal plan specifically for Chick-fil-A deserves to be compensated or refunded. Yeah, honestly, like, I think it's a little bit ridiculous right now. Like, if Chick-fil-A doesn't get it together, just put someone else in there, do something. Overall, Chartwell is an absolute joke. I have to deal with finding food options for events for ISA, and Chartwell's is always our last option because they're so expensive. So, yeah.
I feel like their food options on campus are great. It's phenomenal. They've got a great menu.
How much do you know about podcasts? The new medium is sweeping through SUU, with students starting to take up their very own shows. Here's more information from reporter Skylar Jones.
Test 1 2, test 1 2, check check.
Did you know podcasts are one of the fastest growing entertainment mediums? According to Insider, a business and marketing journal, by the year 2025, there will be over 144 million monthly podcast listeners.
Podcasting to me is interesting because there's a lot of great things about podcasting. The storytelling, I listen to podcasts every day, and it's appointment listening, so I can listen when I want, and that's one of the reasons that podcasts are so great. And anybody, there are some I don't know, speed bumps in the way of people starting a podcast, but ultimately anybody can do a podcast.
SUU News and Thunder 91.1 produce podcasts like Sugar and Spice, Thundercast, Cedar Break, and Dear Student. The journal and radio station are pushing for more student engagement along with new podcasts, with the completion of the new production room.
I want students to listen to Dating with Sugar and Spice and laugh. I want them to really hear stories about other students in hilarious dating situations. I want them to feel seen. I want them to feel heard. And most importantly, I want them to feel like they're not alone, because dating is crazy and everyone has a funny experience.
The journal and radio station produced podcasts can be found on SUnews.net or other streaming services like Spotify and Apple Music. In the growing industry, there's plenty of new opportunities in this developing medium. For SUTV News, I'm Skylar Jones.
So, do you have a podcast? You ever been on a podcast?
I don't have a podcast, but I've been thinking about starting one. So.
What would it be about?
Well, right now I'm doing this radio show called Celebrity, as in like the drink, because we spill the tea on celebrities. And so I'm thinking of turning that into a podcast with some friends, and yeah.
I like the way that sounds.
Yeah, you should definitely listen in.
I will.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kayla Butcher.
And I'm Reggie Van Henke. The town of Page, Arizona was hit hard with COVID and also the loss of tourists due to the low levels on Lake Powell. But the Navajo tribe is trying to get tourists back to the area. We leave you tonight with some sounds and scenes from Antelope Canyon, a world-famous tourist destination.
So this is considered to be the deepest point we have within the Lori Canyon. The average depth here is about 75 feet deep into this lock canyon, okay? About 75 feet, so here at the beginning of the tour, we're going to descend down about 6 flight of stairs going down, okay?